organizations in the training world, and I don't think any, and we could blog there, but that's typically, we don't do a lot of that kind of thing. But certainly, what kind of business are you in?
I'm a business coach for coaches and new professionals. So I have a site where my business coaching clients, they get personal coaching, but the materials they need, the trainings they need, actually go on a membership site, and they get access to that individually.
Okay, now I understand. We have a portion of our website called Manager Mechanics Alumni, and anyone who's taken our classes, or anyone who's a part of a company who has a subscription with us, has access to that site, to that area, excuse me. It's a secure area on our website. So, and you're calling that a membership area?
It's a membership site,
okay. So that's our alumni area. So anyone who's been certified, who's taken classes, who belongs to a company who is paying us an annual subscription for access to training materials. We have a separate section for them, where they can communicate with one another if they wish. We have certain things that we offer to them, and certain information we share with them, at least first, in some cases only. So, yeah, good question. So the idea here is that all of these are a derivation of one another. And what Eric was talking about is the fact that because our material is chunked in really, I wouldn't say small, but they're pretty compact. I mean, it's, 5 or 6 slides is a topic area, at most. And so we're able to take them apart and glue them back together. And if you think about what that makes possible, I mean, there's just a lot of things that we can do really quickly. We can take a couple of chunk number 3 and chunk number 7, put them together if they have a logical flow, and it becomes really the outline for a magazine article, or for a blog post, or for a keynote speech, or whatever. And our customers notice that because they see how the material is constructed. That's why we end up doing custom work, because they can see. They say, I like A and B. It's like Chinese menu products, right? I like 2 from column A, 1 from column B, and I'd like you to make a couple more from each one. You throw these things together, glue it all together, and make one 3-day class. And it works, it works extremely well. The other thing is, I think this is, it's a way to make yourself very, very efficient, is to always have your information with you. We use an application in the cloud called Dropbox. It means that you can share information. You can get to it from anywhere. A hot site in a Starbucks or a public library. It doesn't really matter where you are, so you can work, you can do things, and when a thought strikes you, if you're near a computer, you can, get it in there, and you can do something with it. I always carry, that's what saved me tonight, for some reason, and I had my thumb drive, so it's a big one, so I can carry a lot of material around with me. Who has an iPod? Yeah, I mean, you can put material on your iPod. I mean, you can listen to yourself, and you can certainly email yourself. This is something I'm pretty good at. I have my BlackBerry or my iPhone, and I have a thought, email it to myself. Or when I'm answering a question for a client, and I'm thinking, wow, this is actually a pretty good idea. Copy myself as note to self. Take this and see what we can do to develop this as an additional product, as an ancillary product. And always read. And I think we get a lot of our good ideas for blogs, for posts. Eric will talk to you in a minute about one that he wrote that said something about, if you're in IT, your skill set has a half-life of 2 years. And it was a really sort of thorny title, and that was in his IT column, Your IT Career, and it went viral. And there were, I don't know how many hits, and it was like, whoa! We had no idea that there'd be that reaction. But what comes out of current events are the ideas. So right now, if you look at the Department of Labor statistics, they've just published, just recently, some statistics that say in the IT world, there is going to be more jobs than there are people. oh, well, if you're a company and you have a bunch of IT people who are pretty unhappy, but they haven't left the company because they didn't think there was another opportunity anywhere, you better start treating them a little better because they're going to be gone. Because the market is starting to take an upward shift. And so what comes out of that? There's a current event, there's a current article about those statistics, we write a blog post. So, and that can turn into a keynote speech, which could turn into a magazine article, which could turn into who knows what. We talked a little bit about stripping the audio files from video files so that you can do podcasts. And also, all the various distribution channels. We've done, I think, all of these. White papers are really good, and you were talking about, a member-only, membership section of a website. You're right, a white paper, something that's really, really deeply researched and important. Offer that to your subscribers. Offer it to prospects as a way of getting their information. Now, these are some of the things that even I'm good at. Carrying a notebook all the time. You sit in the doctor's office waiting. How can they possibly be this late? And I think Eric told me that he flew out to the West Coast, and when he got there, he had 1 month of IT World columns written and 1 month of Gatehouse columns written. It really changes your attitude about waiting. It really does. Get wireless. Everybody has a Droid or an iPhone or a BlackBerry, I'm assuming.
I don't think there's a wireless keyboard for BlackBerry.
No, but there is for some other devices. I mean, I couldn't live without my BlackBerry. My son thinks I'm an idiot because I don't have an iPhone and a Mac. So, but it really does help you be incredibly productive.
Well, as Eric recommends here too, you can use Dragon, naturally speaking, both Windows or Mac.
Yeah.
Do your dictation and then have it transcribed.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon, I've been around New England for a long time. I remember a husband and wife who started Dragon software years ago.
Jim and Jen.
That has become so, it really works really well. Really works well. So you can dictate, in a number of ways and get that information transcribed. And we've had an issue with this. We write quickly, we're moving fast, and it's important that when you get so close to something that you have somebody else look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at Eric's stuff, he's looking at mine, and then we take it all and pump it out to some other people who have been kind enough to be our proofreaders. I can't stand the fact that to this day I can find a typo after it's been through so many. So it just has to go out to somebody else to look at. You just get so close to it, you can't see it anymore. Topic time and writing time. I'm going to let Eric talk about that in just a minute because this is something that he's really passionate about. And I will say this, it is true, I found this out, that when you're in the mood to write, do it then. Because sometimes it's really hard to get your energy up to do it. I can't explain why sometimes, I mean, maybe you got some ideas you could share with me, but why at a certain time you're in the zone, you're in the groove, and it just pumps out, and other times you're not. But if you're not in that zone, there's other stuff that, we've discovered that we can do to keep us as productive as possible.
Well, what do you mean by separate topic time from writing time?
I'm going to let Eric talk about that, but I'll tell you
okay.
what it is. There are times when I'm sitting there, and this happened to me just about a week ago. We were in a meeting with a customer. Supposed to be paying attention to what the customer's saying, right? But she said two things, and it's like, oh God, that's a blog. I wrote it down in the margin. And then a few minutes later, same thing. That's a blog. And that got me going. And on the way home in the car, I didn't say this. I'm writing, because I'm in topic mode. It just all of a sudden was clicking. And to me, that was topic time. Writing time, I have to it takes me a while to get myself revved up to write. Okay. And so I block time aside in chunks. And for me, writing time has got to be 3-hour chunks.
So your topic time.
Topic time
really
is here and there.
Cute, ideas on the topic.
Yeah.
When you're really inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do mind mapping?
I don't.
Okay. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mind mapping, there's a freeware application called Xmind. You can get some additional